In this video, we're going to show you the perfect romantic itinerary through France, one of the most incredible trips in the world, combining Paris, Provence, and the Côte d'Azur. One of the questions we get asked most is how many days to stay. For this itinerary, the ideal is to have at least 12 days, but we recommend 14 days. That's why we've prepared a super complete 14-day itinerary, with the best of each region. If you have less time, you can cut 1 or 2 days from Paris, but it will be tight. So let's get started. When is the best time to visit France for this itinerary? For this specific trip, the best time is the beginning of summer, especially between late June and mid-July. This is the only window of time when you can see the lavender fields of Provence in full bloom. The weather will also be perfect for the beaches of the French Riviera. If you don't care about lavender, spring, from April to June, and fall in September and October, are great. With milder temperatures in Paris and fewer crowds in the south, avoid August if you can. It's summer, it can be very hot, and the city is packed with tourists, while many Parisians close their shops and go on vacation. So, how will our 14-day itinerary work? The idea is to split the trip into 3 bases. First, we'll stay 5 nights in Paris to explore the capital calmly and do a day trip to Versailles. Then, we'll take the high-speed train to Provence and stay 4 nights in Avignon. From there, we'll get a car and head down to the Côte d'Azur, where we'll stay the last 5 nights in Nice. Let's start by talking about transportation between cities. Which is your first decision? You have 3 options to get from Paris to the Loire Valley. The first option, and the one we recommend most, is the high-speed train, the TGV. You take the train from Gare Montparnasse station in Paris, and in about 1 hour and 15 minutes, you get off at the Saint-Pierre-de-Corps station, which is the high-speed train station for the city of Tours. It's fast, comfortable, and leaves you ready to rent a car right there. The ticket starts at €30 if bought in advance. The second option is to rent a car in Paris and drive to the Loire Valley. The drive takes about 2.5 to 3 hours. The advantage is freedom. The disadvantage is having to drive out of Paris, which is a nightmare, and paying expensive tolls. The third option is to book a 1-day bus tour from Paris. We do not recommend this. It's extremely rushed. You spend more time on the road than in the castles, and you'll only see 2 or 3 places superficially. The Loire Valley deserves its own nights. To get around inside Paris, the rule is clear. Do not use a car. Use the metro. The Paris metro is one of the best in the world and takes you everywhere. The best way to save money is to buy the Navigo Découverte Pass. It's a weekly pass, valid from Monday to Sunday. It costs €30 plus €5 for the card. The first time you'll need a small photo for the card. So bring one from home. With it, you get unlimited travel on the metro and buses, and it even covers the trip to Versailles and to the Charles de Gaulle and Orly airports. To get around within the Loire Valley, a car is essential. You will need it to go from one castle to another. The tip is, take the high-speed train to Tours, rent the car at the train station, and use it only for the days you're exploring the region. Now, let's get to the day-by-day plan. Starting in Paris. Day 1. Arrival in Paris, Ile de la Cité, and boat tour. Take the first day to arrive, get from Charles de Gaulle or Orly Airport to your hotel. The cheapest way is using the RERB train, which is covered by the Navigo Pass. After checking in, start at the heart of Paris, the Ile de la Cité. Take the metro to the Cité station. Walk through the square and admire the facade of Notre Dame Cathedral. Even under restoration, it's awe-inspiring. From there, cross the bridge and visit Sainte-Chapelle, a Gothic chapel with the most beautiful stained glass windows in the world. The ticket costs about €12. In the late afternoon, do the most classic activity of all, the Seine River cruise. Take one of the Bateau Mouche boats near the Alma Marceau Bridge. The tour lasts 1 hour and costs about €15. It's the best way to see the main monuments light up. For dinner, explore the neighboring Latin Quarter. It's a student district, full of cheap restaurants. To save money, look for the fixed-price menus, or eat a street crepe, which costs about €6. Day 2. Louvre, Tuileries Garden, and Champs-Élysées. Today is Museum Day. Start the morning at the Louvre Museum. Take the metro to the Palais Royal Musée du Louvre station. The ticket costs €22, and you must buy it online with a timed entry, well in advance. Don't try to buy it on the spot. Reserve at least 3 hours here. Go straight to see the 3 great ladies, the Mona Lisa, the Winged Victory of Samothrace, and the Venus de Milo. For lunch, avoid the expensive cafes inside the museum. Go out and walk along the Rue de Rivoli, or grab a quick sandwich at the Carrousel du Louvre, which is the underground shopping mall. In the afternoon, exit the Louvre and walk through the Jardin des Tuileries. It's a beautiful park that connects the Louvre to the Place de la Concorde. Sit in the green chairs around the pond and rest a bit. Continue walking to the Place de la Concorde, where the Egyptian obelisk is. From there, start walking up the famous Champs-Élysées Avenue. It's a long walk, almost 2 kilometers. See the luxury stores and end the day at the Arc de Triomphe. Day 3. Eiffel Tower, Arc de Triomphe, and Trocadero. Today is for the big landmarks. Start the day by climbing the Arc de Triomphe. The ticket costs €13. The climb is up a spiral staircase, but the view from the top is, in our opinion, the most beautiful in Paris. You see the 12 avenues radiating from the roundabout and get a perfect view of the Eiffel Tower. After coming down, take the metro, line 6, and go to the Trocadero station. The exit leaves you right in front of the most classic view of the Eiffel Tower. It's the best spot for photos. Spend the rest of the morning there. For lunch, the area is very touristy and expensive. The tip is to walk a few blocks into the Passy neighborhood to find cheaper bistros, or simply grab a jambon fromage sandwich from a boulangerie. In the afternoon, cross the bridge and go to the base of the Eiffel Tower. This is when you'll go up. The elevator ticket to the summit costs about 30 euros. You must buy this ticket online months in advance. Seriously, don't leave it to buy on the day. The experience of going up is incredible. At night, have dinner at a classic bistro in the 7th arrondissement. La Fontaine de Mars is famous but expensive. For a more affordable option, look for restaurants on Rue Claire. And of course, at 9 or 10 p.m., be in position to see the tower sparkle. Day 4. Montmartre and Moulin Rouge. Today, we're going to the most charming neighborhood in Paris, Montmartre. Take the metro, line 2, and get off at the Anvers station. From there, you'll see the hill. You can walk up the stairs or take the funicular, which is a small tram that costs 1 metro ticket, so it's included in your Navigo pass. At the top, visit the Sacré-Cœur Basilica. Entry is free and it's beautiful inside. The view from the steps is spectacular. Afterward, get lost in the neighborhood streets. Go to the Place du Tertre, the little square full of artists painting portraits. It's touristy, but charming. Look for famous spots like La Maison Rose and Le Consulat. For lunch, avoid the restaurants on the main square. Walk the back streets to find more authentic bistros with cheaper daily menus. In the afternoon, walk down the hill past Le Mur de Je t'aime, the Wall of Love, and continue down to Boulevard de Clichy, where the famous Moulin Rouge Cabaret is, with its red windmill. At night, the classic program is to see the show at the Moulin Rouge. It's a luxurious can-can spectacle. It's expensive. The ticket for the show alone costs over 100 euros, but it's a Paris icon. Day 5. Palace of Versailles. Today is a day trip. Set aside the entire day for the Palace of Versailles. To get there, take the RERC train, heading to Versailles Château Rive Gauche. The trip takes about an hour and is included in the All-Zone Navigo Découverte Pass. Buy the passport ticket in advance, which costs about 21 euros. It gives you access to the main palace, including the stunning Hall of Mirrors, and also to the gardens, which are gigantic, and to Marie Antoinette's estate, which includes the Petit Trianon and the Queen's Hamlet wear comfortable shoes. You will walk for miles. For lunch, the palace has expensive restaurants. The tip to save money is to bring your own lunch and have a picnic in the gardens, or eat at La Flottille, a restaurant near the Grand Canal with more reasonable prices. Day 6. Le Marais, Place des Vosges, and Musée d'Orsay. Today, we'll explore 2 iconic neighborhoods and another museum. Start in Le Marais. Take the metro to the Saint-Paul station. Walk down Rue des Rosiers, the heart of the Jewish quarter. This is where you'll find La du Falafel, the best falafel sandwich in the world. It costs about 8 euros and is a great option for a quick, cheap lunch. Afterward, walk to the Place des Vosges, which is the oldest and, for us, the most beautiful square in Paris. In the afternoon, cross the river and go to the Musée d'Orsay. Take Metro Line 12 to Solferino. The museum is in a beautiful old train station. The focus is on Impressionist art. The ticket costs 16 euros. Go straight to the top floor to see the works by Monet, Renoir, Van Gogh, and the famous clock for dinner. Explore the Saint-Germain-des-Prés neighborhood. Sit at one of the famous cafes like Café de Flore or Les Deux Magots. Be prepared to pay a high price, about 7 euros for a coffee, but it's for the experience. Staying in a good area will make your trip much easier. You'll be close to all these tourist spots. In Paris, as we said, we recommend Le Marais or Saint-Germain for Provence. The best base is Avignon. And on the Côte d'Azur, the best base is Nice. We created this custom map for each of these base cities, which explains exactly which is the best region. Staying in this marked area, you can't go wrong. We'll leave the link to this map here on the QR code on the screen. And in the video description, we created it on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices. There, you can put in your travel dates and see all the hotel options within that location at the lowest prices. We'll also leave links to the hotels where we've stayed. In every destination, we always recommend one that is very cheap and super well located, and another that's a bit nicer, in the same location but a little more expensive. They are great options. An important tip to save on lodging is the advanced booking strategy. The earlier you book your hotel, the less you will pay. This is why we love using this website. Besides having the lowest prices, it has free cancellation for almost all hotels. You can book as early as possible to guarantee a much lower price, and if you need to cancel later, it's super easy and costs nothing. And remember that in the link below, we always organize everything you need to plan your entire trip for the best price. The sites we use to plan our trips, and that have everything much cheaper: travel eSIM, travel insurance at half price, tickets for all attractions, good and cheap hotels we've stayed at, cheap car rentals, and the global account to carry money paying much lower fees. And the links already contain automatic discounts, as we are always updating them. So save and use this page that will make your trip much easier. Day 7. Travel to Provence and Avignon. Today is for changing bases. Check out of your Paris hotel. Take the metro to Gare de Lyon station. From there, take the TGV high-speed train to the Avignon TGV station. The journey takes about 2 hours and 40 minutes. When you arrive, pick up the car you rented in advance. You will need it for all the following days. Drive to your hotel in Avignon. Spend the afternoon exploring the city. Visit the Palais des Papes, the Palace of the Popes. It's an immense Gothic castle. The ticket costs 12 euros. Afterward, walk to the Pont d'Avignon, the famous bridge that ends in the middle of the river. Have dinner inside the city walls. Day 8. Heart of Provence, Gordes and Roussillon. Today is the day to hunt for lavender, if it's the season, and visit the most beautiful villages. Take your car and drive about 40 minutes to Gordes. This village is spectacular, built on the side of a mountain. Before entering the town, stop at the viewpoint on the road for the classic photo. Near Gordes is the Saint-Onc Abbey. This is that famous image of the stone church surrounded by lavender fields. The ticket to visit the abbey costs about 9 euros. For lunch, eat in Gordes. In the afternoon, drive another 15 minutes to Roussillon. This is the village of ochre-colored houses. It's beautiful to walk through the red and orange streets. Be sure to walk the Sentier des Ocres, the Ochre Trail. The entry costs 3 euros, and you walk through a canyon with colorful cliffs. At the end of the day, return to Avignon. Day 9. More Provence, Les Baux, and Saint-Rémy. Today we're heading to another part of Provence. Drive about 40 minutes south to Les Baux de Provence. It's an incredible medieval village, all stone, on top of a rocky mountain. It's considered one of France's most beautiful villages. The main attraction there, besides wandering the alleys, is the Carrière de Lumière. It's an old quarry turned into an immersive art show, with paintings by artists like Van Gogh projected onto the giant stone walls. The ticket costs about 14 euros and is one of the most incredible experiences of the trip. Afterward, go to the neighboring town of Saint-Rémy de Provence. This is where Van Gogh lived and painted many of his famous works, like Starry Night. It's a charming town, full of shops and cafes. Return to Avignon for your last night in Provence. Day 10. Travel to the Côte d'Azur, Nice. Today is for changing bases again. Check out of Avignon and get in the car. We're driving to the French Riviera. The destination is Nice. The drive from Avignon to Nice takes about 2.5 to 3 hours and the highway is excellent. Arrive in Nice, check into your hotel, and return your rental car, unless you want to use it for the day trips. Spend the afternoon exploring Nice. Start by walking along the famous Promenade des Anglais, the boardwalk beside the turquoise sea. The beach in Nice is made of pebbles, so bring water shoes if you want to go and climb Castle Hill in the late afternoon. There's no castle there anymore, but there's a beautiful park and the best panoramic view of the entire Bay of Nice. You can go up by elevator or take the stairs. For dinner, explore Vieux Nice, the Old Town, which is full of Italian and French restaurants. An important tip that will save you time and money is to buy tickets for attractions and tours in advance. Buying on the spot is always more expensive. We'll leave the link on the QR code on the screen and in the description to the site where we always buy tickets and tours for the best price. It's the largest tour site in the world and has practically everything there. Tickets for the Louvre, Eiffel Tower, Versailles, the boat cruise in Paris, and day tours from Nice to Monaco or other villages, all at the best price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. Day 11. Monaco and Monte Carlo. Today we're taking a day trip to another country, the Principality of Monaco. The easiest way to get from Nice to Monaco is by train. The journey takes about 25 minutes and costs about 8 euros round trip. The train drops you at the Monte Carlo station. Start by climbing the hill to Monaco V, the old town. See the Prince's Palace and the changing of the guard, which happens at 11:55 a.m. Afterward, head down to Monte Carlo. The glamour is all here. Enter the lobby of the Monte Carlo Casino, which is free. To enter the gaming area, you need to pay a ticket of about 18 euros and be properly dressed. No shorts or flip-flops. Walk around the casino square to see the luxury cars and stroll through the harbor, admiring the giant yachts. For lunch, Monaco is extremely expensive. The tip to save money is to eat at the La Condamine market or at one of the cafes in the Old Town. Day 12. Village of Eyes. Today, we'll visit one of the most magical places on the Riviera. Take the bus, line 82 or 602, from the Nice bus station towards Ez village. The trip takes about 30 minutes and the view from the road is spectacular. Ez is a medieval village hanging more than 400 meters above the sea. The village is a labyrinth of stone alleys, full of art galleries and small shops. Entry is free. The main attraction at the very top is the Jardin Exotique. The exotic garden entry costs 7 euros and is worth every cent. It's a garden of cacti and succulents with the most unbelievable view of the entire Côte d'Azur. You can have lunch at one of the restaurants with a view in Ez, but they are expensive. The famous Hotel Château de la Chèvre d'Or has a Michelin-starred restaurant. Day 13. Cannes and Antibes. Today, we'll head to the other side of Nice. Take the regional train from the Nice station and go to Cannes. The journey takes about 40 minutes. Cannes is famous for its film festival. The main attraction is walking along La Croisette, the waterfront boulevard. Lined with luxury hotels like the Carlton and designer stores, see the Palais des Festivals, where the festival takes place, and look for the celebrity handprints on the sidewalk. Afterward, take the train back and stop halfway, in the town of Antibes. It's a super charming old walled city. Visit the Musée Picasso, located in a castle by the sea where the artist lived. Walk through the Provençal market and the Billionaire's Harbor. Return to Nice at the end of the day. Day 14. Nice market and departure. On your last day, enjoy the morning in Nice. Go to the Cours Salea, in the Old Town, to see the famous flower and local produce market. It's beautiful and great for buying last-minute souvenirs. Depending on your flight time, have one last seafood lunch on the waterfront, and then head to the Nice Côte d'Azur airport for your flight home. About travel insurance. Essential and mandatory to enter Europe. You need coverage of 30,000 euros. Use the comparator in the link in the description to save money. Quick shopping tips. In Paris, Galerie Lafayette, go to the free rooftop. Le Marais for boutiques. La Vallée Village is the outlet. In Provence, buy lavender and soap. On the Riviera, the focus is luxury in Cannes. And remember, tax-free. Ask for the form on purchases over 100 euros. Validate it at the Nice airport before checking your bags. And for those who are new here to the channel, welcome. Subscribe and like the video for more tips. And how much does it cost to eat in France? A Big Mac combo costs 12 euros. Water at a restaurant is expensive. Ask for a carafe d'eau, which is free tap water. A budget meal, like a crepe or falafel, is under 10 euros. A menu of the day at a bistro is about 20 euros. A mid-range restaurant costs 30 to 40 euros per person. Service is included, so a tip is not obligatory. And what to do at night? In Paris, bars in Le Marais or Cabaret, shows like the Moulin Rouge. In Provence, the night is quiet. On the Riviera, the night is on fire in Cannes and Saint-Tropez, or in the bars of Nice's Old Town. And if you're traveling with children, this itinerary is very romantic, but kids might enjoy Disneyland Paris. The Luxembourg Gardens in Paris is great, and they'll love the beaches in Nice, but it's not a kid-focused trip. And to combine your trip, from this itinerary, you're on the border. From Nice, you can take a train and be in Italy in under an hour. Or from Paris, take the Eurostar train to London. If you liked this detailed France itinerary, like the video and subscribe to our channel. Leave your questions in the comments. Thank you very much and have a great trip.